I'm not your average gardener, so this seed haul likely includes varieties that you're not used to seeing. But hey, I've struck a specific combination of fruits, flowers, and vegetables that allow me to harvest pounds of food each week, and I don't even have a farm, or land for that matter. Yeah, I'm exclusively a small space, intensive vertical gardener. I leverage 5 GreenStalk vertical planters to create a kitchen garden that sources 100% of our leafy green needs and our fresh herbs, and has cut my reliance on the grocery store produce by about 1/3. And with doing just that, you've seen the results I get every year. Well, a lot of y'all have, and if you haven't, a seed haul like this is a good time for us to start catching up. Now let's go back to what I first mentioned about how I don't grow your average crops. Now don't get me wrong, everything in my garden is gourmet, but I almost exclusively grow container varieties. Which, yes, are still open-pollinated varieties that are non-GMO hybrids. And I love these varieties because they allow me to optimize my space and take advantage of succession planting. Gone are the days of waiting 90 days for corn, or waiting 75 days for Brussels sprouts or squash, 60 days for tomatoes, 55 days for green beans. Nope, I say goodbye to all that. Now my harvest season is about every 45 to 50 days. Who has time to wait an eternity for veggies to grow? Not this gal. My longest wait, a mere 45 to 50 days. And I want to encourage you to forget about those behemoth 20-pound eggplants. I'm all about growing what I can plant, pluck, and plate on a fairly regular basis throughout the growing season. So let me share what you've seen in my garden season after season, or what you're going to see in there this year. But first this, seed shipping is expensive, so I only go with one vendor every other year. In previous years, I've used Botanical Interest because they have an extensive small space container selection, but for this year, I went with Renee's Garden. And they're another small space curator that I had actually gotten my hands on a few of their seeds a couple of years ago. And so this year when I needed to replenish some things, I decided to go exclusively with them. Would you believe that I had never tasted eggplant until I bought it on a whim at the farmer's market a couple of years ago? Well, we've been inseparable ever since. The versatility of eggplant is pretty impressive. Its texture ranges from meaty to crispy if you fry it. It can absolutely stand on its own, but then it also absorbs the flavor of almost any sauce. Tomato sauce, soy sauce, butter, vinegar. I mean, the creative options are endless. Standard eggplant takes about 80 days to grow and isn't harvested until it's about 6 to 9 inches and the skin is glossy. But the eggplant I just grabbed from Renee's Garden is ready in just 55 days. This trio of delicious Italian eggplants combines teardrop-shaped purple-black Nadia, gorgeous oval-shaped magenta Beatrice, and heirloom rose and white globe-shaped Rose Bianca. These strong plants with velvety leaves and lavender blossoms bear abundant crops of curvaceous glossy fruits with tender skins and succulent flesh that is never bitter or seedy. The growing notes emphasize not to transplant these heat lovers outdoors until the night temperature stays securely above 55 degrees Fahrenheit or 13 degrees Celsius. Prepare soil well with aged manure or compost. Plant only robust seedlings with well-developed roots and mulch well. Fertilize plants regularly throughout the season. Not only is spinach one of the best sources of vitamins A, B, and C, it's also incredibly easy to grow. Plus, when you grow it, you never have to worry about it spoiling on you in the fridge because you only harvest as much as you intend to eat. And with these two varieties, you can exchange tiny leaves for huge stalks. This extremely fast-growing hybrid spinach, bred in Japan, has amazing vigor and quickly produces giant leaves that are at least double to triple the size of other spinach varieties. Plan on huge bounteous harvest because Oriental Giant's big and smooth, slightly arrowhead-shaped leaves produce their huge leaves almost overnight. Oriental Giant has excellent mild and sweet flavor, rich green color, and succulent crunchy texture. This fine variety has outstanding disease resistance to powdery mildew. Now, one of the ways that I enjoy spinach over half of the year in zone 7A and B, but especially during the summer, is by switching up the varieties that I grow. Spinach is a cool weather crop, so you want to select varieties that can tolerate some heat. And what I'll do during the warmer months is just plant them in the bottom tiers of my vertical planters where they receive sufficient shade by the other crops. And just by doing this, I'm still harvesting spinach well into August. This wonderful new premier Dutch variety was bred especially for sweet flavor and a long harvest period in the garden. It stands up well to early summer heat with bright green leaves that have a succulent crunchy texture and extraordinarily clean sweet flavor you'll love. The upright leaves are easy to harvest and perfectly steamed, sauteed, or in fresh salad. Plant again for ample fall harvest as summer perfection withstands autumn frost for great cool weather greens. Merlin is a wonderful European variety developed especially for home gardens. These early producing vigorous plants reliably yield 12-inch tall tender stalks. Enjoy Merlin right from the garden as an easy, cooling treat and harvest the juicy stalks for fresh salads or crunchy sweet snacks. Add them to soups, stews, and many other dishes. Air dry the leaves to use in winter cooking. Celery is an excellent source of vitamin K as well as folate and potassium. So as I mentioned earlier, I grow all of our leafy greens right at home because they are delicious in flavor. They cost just pennies to grow, and I never have to worry about them, being contaminated with something. And one of the greens that I realized that I absolutely enjoyed growing was chard. It grows very quickly, and chard, you can start off in the spring and have it clear through the fall. It withstands so well to full sun during the summer heat. And so growing chard in all of its varieties is certainly a staple in my garden. Delicious, reliable, and highly ornamental, chard is a perfect choice for container growing. These vigorous plants thrive in all climate zones to grace patio or small space gardens. They are also a striking addition to mixed beds and borders. You will enjoy mild-flavored, crunchy chard in the kitchen from spring through late fall. People often ask me, can you grow root vegetables in a GreenStalk planter? And the answer is yes. For example, one of my favorite varieties to grow are carrots, and I especially enjoy short stuff. Great tasting, sweet and crunchy Chardonnay carrots with fat, husky, tapering triangular roots that grow just 4 inches long. These plump beauties are fine-fleshed, juicy, and bright orange to the core. They are wonderful fresh-eating carrots. Because of their shorter length and impressive vigor, short stuffed carrots are great for areas with heavy soils. Also perfect for planting in container gardens and in pots that are at least 12 to 15 inches deep. Make sure that you feed and water regularly for sweet roots. Zucchini is definitely a summer crop that we enjoy because they're easy to cook and they have great flavor. And one of the varieties that I enjoyed immensely last year was this variety. These are compact plants that are aggressive growers, and I mean aggressive as a compliment. I actually need to plant a few less than I did last year because I started to, I was drowning in zucchini. I mean, those are good problems to have as a gardener, but that's just how abundant they grow. Early bearing and productive Astia bears abundant zucchini near the base of the plant where they are easy to harvest. These uniformly smooth, lustrous, glossy green zucchini have excellent flavor and are delicious whether roasted, sauteed, steamed, or baked. So if you've ever watched any of my monthly pantry chats, you will know that I love squash, the winter storing squash, because not only are they nutritious, but they also store so well. I mean, for months, you just make sure that they're in a cool, dark place. And so last year was the first time that I grew, actually from Renee's garden, some of their winter storing squash. And I loved how easy they were to grow. They didn't take up, all the space that's needed for traditional squash. And the flavor was outstanding. And I was able to actually, eat the squash in the early fall season. And then I would just kind of offset my storage with squash that I would buy from the farmer's market or the grocery store. But I'm telling you, being able to have a portion of squash that grows in just, less than 60 days is amazing. And these varieties were such prolific growers. These delicious little squashes need to mature properly, so don't harvest until vines have died back and the squash's exterior rinds are fully colored up from dark green to an orangey tan and enough to resist piercing with a fingernail. Then cut squashes from the vines, leaving a good stem handle. Let the squashes cure in the sun for about 10 days, then store in a cool, dry place where they'll keep for months. In the kitchen, cut honey nuts in half, then bake until tender. Flesh is meltingly sweet and delicious. Now you might be wondering, can you grow cabbage in a vertical planter? Yes, the answer is yes! Which is why this baby variety is perfect for small space growers. Our space-saving, early maturing baby cabbage variety quickly forms compact, dense little 5-inch heads, a perfect size for everyday meals. The tightly packed, crispy green heads have a delicious sweet flavor. Enjoy out of hand or chopped for salads or tacos, sauteed with ginger and soy sauce, or a bit of butter and a pinch of caraway or cumin seeds. Strong-growing Pixie can take both heat or frosty weather, so you can plant several times each season. I love green beans. They are so satisfying to grow. And with this variety, you'll have green beans in just a month and a half. These beans are compact, space-saving, and have that classic flavor. Mini pak choi is succulent, sweet, and mild tasting, and is packed full of vitamins. And in my opinion, the stems are sweet enough to be eaten raw. Green Jewel Minis are cute, fast-growing, healthy, and truly delectable. These fat baby pak choi grow just 4 inches tall and about 5 inches in diameter. They are heavy for their size, with squared off bottoms and thick, juicy, pearly white stalks and bright green leaves. Plump little green jewels grow so quickly that you could enjoy their sweet succulent stalks in just over a month. Perfect to quickly stir fry or saute fresh out of the garden. All right, so next up are turnips, which we especially enjoy eating raw, just dipped in some homemade ranch dressing, or cooked like mashed potatoes. Oh, so delicious. These pretty globe-shaped baby turnips are a special gardener's treat. We've combined seeds for pearly white and party pink little turnips, both with crispy white flesh and delicious mild sweet flavor. No need to peel, just slice up to enjoy in salads or as crunchy snacks on their own. You can even use them to create a quick stir fry. The tasty, nutritious tops make fine sauteed greens. Plant fast-growing baby turnips both in cool spring and fall weather. While cucumbers aren't hard to grow, these petites go from seed to full size in just 50 days. So if you haven't heard of them, these are called cornichons, and yeah, they're mini pickles. They have a tart, mildly sweet flavor, and they are great as a quick snack or alongside a charcuterie board. Cornichons are tiny European-style mini pickles. Traditionally, they are made into tiny, tangy pickles served with cocktails. Our imported French cornichons are both early and vigorous, with vines that produce high yields of refined, firm-fleshed, with pickles ready to harvest when they're just a few inches long. They are super easy to make into delicious baby pickles or tiny, sweet, crunchy gherkins. This disease-resistant imported variety produces extra early. If you haven't tried lemon cucumbers, let this be the year that you do. So I'll tell you this, you will pay a premium for them when you're at the farmer's market, but when you grow them yourself, they're just pennies. And don't be fooled by the name. They're called lemon cucumbers because of their shape, but they do not have a lemony taste at all. In fact, their flesh is much more tender than a regular cucumber, and even the taste is much more mild. An American favorite for over 100 years, lemon cucumbers effortlessly produce loads of pastel yellow fruit just like the color, size, and shape of pale lemons. They have a mild sweet flavor, crisp texture, and non-bitter thin skins. Cool and refreshing, very young lemon cukes are delicious eaten right from the garden like a fresh, crisp apple. You can also use them for crispy pickles. Vigorous lemon cucumber vines can easily be trained up a trellis or strings for easy harvesting. So something that I think would be extremely rewarding to grow would be loofahs. Yes, like actual loofahs for, guests or gifts, or even to replace the disposable Brillo pads that I use to clean my cast iron. But the problem has been is that I'm worried about being an intensive small space grower, the size that they would grow to be. But I actually found from Renee's garden these compact vining loofahs, and I am so excited about these, y'all. And it actually says right here on the packaging, grow your own loofahs for natural skincare sponges in the bath and shower. So this entire pack, which if I had to guess has about 20 seeds in them, retails for $3.39. But I know that just one loofah at Walmart, and they're just like plastic, right? Like those are selling for $2.99. And so when you think about that, this is really a bargain. Loofahs are members of the gourd family, originally from China. These handsome trailing vines can be grown on a fence or trellis or allowed to ramble at the garden's edges. Growing loofahs look like wrinkly big cucumbers. At the season's end, when dry and mature, the rinds are simply peeled, revealing their sponge-like fibrous interior. Loofahs make marvelous skin scrubbers for stimulating circulation and improving skin tone in the bath or shower. Homegrown loofahs make wonderful holiday gifts. If this is our first time meeting, hi, I'm Cassandra from the blog becomingafarmgirl.com. I'm here to help you live a farm fresh life without land or livestock. And oh, you can use the code BeAFarmGirl to take $10 off your vertical planter using the link below. Do you need more seed haul inspiration for your small space garden? Well, then be sure to check out my botanical interest and Haw seed haul next. I'll see you in my kitchen or garden soon. Take care, friends. I've created a 10-module video series that will show you how to start and maintain a worm farming system that's tailored to your needs. Whether you need a setup that is compact enough for your cozy kitchen, mid-sized for family ambitions, or even a large-scale earthworm operation if you've got a few acres of land. This course will be running live this year as I take you real time behind how I create over 400 pounds of compost a year to fertilize my garden using just my kitchen scraps. Worm castings inoculate your garden from pests, disease, and provide nutrients for your plants, innately giving them what they need and how much they need. This course even has a workbook that's over 120 pages with illustrated diagrams, photographs, and references, along with fun activities for the kiddos. Click in the link in the description box below to take a peek.